Committee Chairman Comer, Rep. James Comer, has subpoenaed Bill and Hillary Clinton, former AGs, and former FBI directors in the investigation related to Jeffrey Epstein. We've also subpoenaed the DOJ records tied to the case. This is fucking wild. And I believe that they've also issued subpoenas with regard to the Russia hoax, too, which we're going to get into here in a minute. So from oversight.house.gov, let's take a look at that first. Let's zoom in on this so we can all read it. Is that too big? No, that's not too big. I think that's a pretty good size. So Chairman Comer subpoenas Bill and Hillary Clinton, former U.S. Attorneys General and FBI directors, and records related to Jeffrey Epstein. Uh-oh. Sounds like the Biden administration probably did destroy everything after all. Maybe I would have been proven correct if they would just come out and fucking say it. That's what I think happened. That's why they're not coming out with any information, because there ain't any there. Anyway. So House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform Chairman James Comer today issued deposition subpoenas to Bill and Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Merrick Garland, Robert Mueller, William Barr, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzales for testimony related to horrific crimes perpetrated by Jeffrey Epstein. Additionally, Chairman Comer issued a subpoena to the U.S. Department of Justice for records related to Epstein. These subpoenas follow recent action by an oversight subcommittee which approved motions to subpoena these records and compel witness testimony. On July 3rd, 2025, Republicans and Democrats on the Federal Law Enforcement Subcommittee approved by voice vote a motion offered by Rep. Scott Perry to direct the chairman to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton and all the others that I just named. The subcommittee also approved an amended motion offered by Rep. Summerlee by a vote of 8-2 to direct the chairman to subpoena the Department of Justice to release records related to the Epstein case. Rep. Andy Biggs' amendment to include the release of all communications between President Biden and Biden administration officials and the Department of Justice related to Jeffrey Epstein was adopted by voice vote. Rep. Nancy Mace's amendment to include redacting the names of victims and any personality identifiable information, names of victims and any personally identifiable information of victims and any possible child sexual abuse material was adopted by voice vote. The subpoena to the Department of Justice can be found here, and the subpoena cover letters can also be found there with the link, which this article will be linked in the description below if you want to check that out yourself. Here's the deposition and record return dates. So let's take a look at that. So the Department of Justice records return due by August 19th. AG William Barr, August 18th. And Alberto Gonzales, August 26th. Jeff Sessions, 28th. Dude. Now, hold on. Deposition. So I'm assuming this will probably be behind closed doors. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be live streamed to the public or not? I'm assuming it's probably going to be behind closed doors, but I would love for them to put all this out in the open, as they definitely should, because the public is pretty pissed off that they didn't release any Jeffrey Epstein stuff as they promised. But anyway, Robert Mueller, September 2nd. Loretta Lynch is on September 9th. Eric Holder, September 30th. Merrick Garland, October 2nd. James Comey, October 7th. Hillary Clinton, October 9th. And Bill Clinton, October 14th. I think that's awesome that they're waiting for Bill Clinton to be the last one after they've gathered all the other information before they sit him down for deposition, because I'm sure they have a few questions about what Bill Clinton personally did on the Lolita Express and Epstein Island. So that should be a banger of sorts. All right. Crazy, crazy. Things are heating up, man. Heating up in the swamp, starting to boil. So Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Epstein documents issued. GOP oversight just subpoenaed Bill and Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Merrick Garland, Robert Mueller, William Barr, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzales. U.S. Department of Justice was also subpoenaed for records related to Epstein. It's time for the truth to be revealed to the American people. No more cover-ups, no more lies. Epstein Files is not a hoax. He was a convicted pedo, and we demand to know the rich, powerful elites who approved of and participated in his evil ways. Why did no one stop him or save those girls? So that is quite interesting. I'm determined to find out. And the same with Anna Paulina Luna. Rep. Anna Paulina Luna of St. Pete, my district. Bill and Hillary Clinton will be receiving subpoenas regarding Epstein files to testify in the next few days per James Comer and GOP oversight, along with AG Garland, Barr, etc. Also, oversight has issued a subpoena to DOJ for files. And then Tim Burchett, the Clintons will be receiving subpoenas to testify in front of the Oversight Committee about information in the Epstein files. The deep state should be scared to death right now. And then Rep. James Comer, and I believe that's the last one that's related to this. The House Oversight Committee is compelling the following individuals to appear for depositions through issued subpoenas. And we don't have to reread all the dates, but they're there for your viewing pleasure. I mean, while they're all there, you might as well just sit them down and, well, I mean, maybe not all of them. William Barr, perhaps. James Comey, 100%. Merrick Garland, 100%. Bill and Hillary Clinton, also 100%. Loretta Lynch, 100%. I would just have do one session with the Epstein files and do the other one with the Russiagate shit, because they've got plenty of an insight into both. And frankly, I'm surprised they weren't subpoenaed with regard to the Russia hoax before the Epstein information, because I have a feeling that it's going to be somewhat of a disappointment, in my opinion. I really think that it's really going to be. A lot of it's probably going to say, well, that was like 10 years ago. My memory's a little foggy. I'm not sure about this, that, and the other. It should still be pretty revealing, I would at least hope. But it's probably just going to be filled with, I don't know. That wasn't my call. No, that I referred that to somebody else. You know how these things go, and that's usually how this stuff goes. I'm somehow doubting that we're going to get a bunch of no. Bill Clinton did it. No. William Barr did it. No. Jeff Sessions did it. I don't know if they're going to all be pointing fingers at each other. It's really hard to say. Although I really hope in the coming days that some of the same names are going to be subpoenaed with regard to the Russia hoax, because I think that is much more likely to get some of these names indicted as opposed to the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. But hey, I'll take it either way. I mean, Epstein or Russia, that's fine, as long as they're making progress. Maybe they're not quite ready for the Russia hoax yet. Maybe they're still piecing that together. But they're moving forward with that, though. From what I understand, they're issuing or have issued subpoenas relating to that as well. So we'll see what happens with that. So actually, you know what? Let me just ask Brock real quick now that that's on my mind. Let me just see. Let's see if it'll return anything. It will at least return something that might be here on X. Recent developments indicate that subpoenas have been issued as part of investigations relating to what some refer to as the Russia hoax scandal, particularly focusing on allegations of misconduct during 2016 election, subsequent investigations into Russian interference. Here's the summary based on that. House Oversight Committee subpoenas. The House Oversight Committee, led by Republican Chairman James Comer, issued subpoenas targeting former Obama administration officials, including former FBI Director James Comey and former Special Counsel Robert Mueller, as part of a probe that appears to overlap with investigations into Jeffrey Epstein, but also touches on the Russia investigation. These subpoenas were reported on August 5th of 2025 and are part of a broader effort to examine alleged misconduct by government officials. The subpoenas also include former attorneys general from both Democratic and Republican administrators, such as Merrick Garland, William Barr, and Loretta Lynch. So, these subpoenas that they're issuing are also going to be involving the Russia hoax scandal, which I thought that I read earlier today. That's why I led with that. In the beginning of the video, I didn't make a mention of Jeffrey Epstein. I made a mention of the Russia hoax scandal because I read that initially. Now, I read that in passing that it had to do with the Jeffrey Epstein thing, but if you had me choose between the two, the Russia scandal is way more paramount than the Jeffrey Epstein thing, even though that one is also, it's nothing to just forget about. Absolutely got to keep that in the spotlight too. But this Russia hoax thing, man, this will actually, we're talking possible treason charges here, for crying out loud. So, yeah, so it looks like that they're working both at the same time, which I'm really glad to see. But anyway, John Durham's investigation, 21 to 23. So that's already happened. That's already a done deal. issued subpoenas, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm just interested in what's happening currently. So yeah, so it looks like James Comey, Robert Mueller, hopefully James Clapper, hopefully John Brennan, and then others, which very well could, very well probably will. I mean, if they've already subpoenaed James Comey, I don't know why they wouldn't subpoena the others that I just named. So